Kirby and Ian break into another base with the help of Samus and find George W. Bush.
I can't believe I just said that whole sentence out loud. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you mix Nintendo's lovable pink puffball with the N64 spy thriller Perfect Dark? No? And just like Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm not fighting Eggman by myself. I'm with my boy, Vinny.
About 20 years ago, me and him watched these videos independently. You know, I carry bits of this video with me.
There's little things inside him every day.
And now we revisit them. It might be an interesting experience. It might be really embarrassing.
The show was created by John and Richie Zerbies for Newgrounds between the years of 2002 and 2003 and featured Flash animation. The show starts with Kirby in the real world fighting crime as a vigilante. You know, Kirby, the crime-fighting pink puffball who loves stopping robberies and shootings when he isn't eating a giant cake. We see two robbers enter a bank, with one of them being the smart, skinny one, and the other being dumb and fat.
We're gonna get some pancakes or something?
Kirby captures the robbers for the police, and we get to meet his neighbor Bill, who just so happens to be going out for some very suspicious waffles in the middle of the night.
Hey Kirby, I'm going out for some waffles. You wanna come with?
No thanks, Bill.
Oh, that's cool. Easy. See ya.
I love how their microphones make them sound like they're recording this at night, trying to keep their parents from waking up.
The animation quality is admittedly not that great compared to modern standards, but I'm really impressed by the ambition, honestly. Animating a full episode's worth of content, and it was not that common for people to create something this long. You know, modern animations are only a few minutes or even seconds long, because it takes so much time. And that's without even mentioning download speeds. Oh my god. I would have had to wait another 10 minutes just to watch this 8-minute cartoon.
Also, can you tell that the people who made this were Packers fans? Later that night, Kirby gets a call from a mysterious stranger who tells him that he's been watching his vigilante antics and tells Kirby to meet him on the corner of Fist and Face.
I would like to meet you at, say, 5 a.m. on the corner of Fist and Face.
Do you get it? Isn't that funny? Kirby meets the mysterious stranger outside and gets in his car, which is definitely something you shouldn't do in real life, especially if the man is bald.
We didn't kidnap you. We're giving you a ride to our secret headquarters.
So you pull someone off the street, throw them in the backseat of your limo, and you don't call that kidnapping?
No.
Oh.
This is Neil, who is basically Kirby's boss in the show. Neil takes Kirby to his secret headquarters. Oh, and the car is driven by Mario and Luigi.
Whoa, dude, is that like Mario and Green Mario from the video game?
As the show goes on, you'll get to hear Mario say all kinds of pasta-related jokes. Because Italians, am I right? Neil wants to recruit Kirby to become a secret agent and use his apparently amazing crime-fighting skills to save the world. Also, this walk cycle. Imagine this walking up to you in an alley in the dead of night. It would be terrifying.
So as you're watching, I'm noticing something. All these episodes are called like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, instead of just calling it episode 1, 2, 3, etc. Well, there's a reason for this. The creators, John and Richie Zerbies, had stated that they couldn't upload the thing all as one file because of the size limitations of Newgrounds, so there would never be enough storage space to contain the ambition, the quality of Perfect Kirby.
Inside the secret facility, which apparently just straight up hires Nintendo characters like they're aliens from Men in Black, Kirby learns about his future job as a spy.
Hey, is it true what they say about Kongs? You know, that they're big, stupid, dumb slobs, and they don't do anything but slob around all day?
We meet another recurring character named Professor $99.
I hope you're enjoying your time here at the Institute.
Yeah, I believe you have some sort of a firearm for me?
Why, yes.
Yes, that is his name. Why? Well, it's because everything he creates only costs $1.99 to make, and he just blows the rest of his money on dumb shit. After that little interaction, we're introduced to another human character who also has a very average name, and it's Phil. So far, we've had Bill, Neil, and now Phil. I can't wait to meet Jill. Oh, there she is. Phil helps Kirby with his combat training, and we get to see Kirby's unhealthy obsession with guns.
Stop it! Get it! Stop!
Okay.
Kirby's first mission is to stop a smuggling ring from illegally bringing Xboxes into the country. Can you tell an early 2000s gamer made this? The person responsible for this heinous act is bringing in the Xboxes by means of a waffle company. Now, who have we seen talk about waffles before?
Hey, Kirby, I'm going out for some
pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, olive chive.
Kirby does indeed end up finding a bunch of Xboxes in Bill's house and immediately puts 2 and 2 together. So he calls Mario for a ride. Not sure why Fox isn't the one piloting the R-Wing.
Hello, my name is Fox. I'll be your pilot for today.
Well, I guess we found out why Fox isn't piloting the R-Wing. Poor guy looks like he had a... Once in England, Kirby accidentally kills the animator.
I killed the animator. Oh well, John will cover for him. Huh?
Oh. You see, Perfect Kirby loves breaking the fourth wall. And it's always funny. It's always funny.
And then something incredible happens. Kirby goes on a killing spree. This is like the most violent I've ever seen the little pink bastard. Which, I guess is pretty standard fare for Newgrounds cartoons, but these characters look like they're meat sacks. They just explode and bleed everywhere, which is awesome, but Perfect Dark wasn't like this at all. It wasn't nearly as violent. I guess that's part of the whole, like, ethos of Newgrounds, right? Is like, ooh, mom's not looking, I can say and do whatever I want. I mean, I was the same way, but, you know.
You have to consider the time when this came out. Not many people were making Flash animations like this, so having these crazy choreographed fight scenes were very impressive, even if they do look pretty dumb nowadays. Kirby captures Bill and saves England from Microsoft domination.
Yeah, I'm the greatest! Yeah!
Okay, see you on Monday.
In episode 2, Kirby is given his first actual assignment, which is rescuing an alien from being dissected. Kirby also gets a cool black suit for this mission.
Special suit for you to wear, so you can sneak around the facilities with ease.
Okay, Kirby, which suit do you prefer?
That one.
No one ever picks the red one.
Episode 2 is my favorite. I love the leap in quality, but there is some problems with looping sounds and animations and a lack of background music. The animation's really improved. We get to see Kirby commit horrible murder, mimic the exact mission that's in Perfect Dark. Don't forget that gratuitous blood and explosions.
Kirby rescues the alien and calls on Mario for extraction.
Mario, run your good point! Now!
Should I bring some pasta?
Italians, am I right? Always wanting pasta and shit. Episode 3 opens with this.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's me. Hello, I'm Bill Clinton, and I just called to ask y'all, what's up?
Good old Perfect Kirby. Always knows when to make the most topical jokes for the time.
Is that really what it was like back in the 90s?
In this episode, we are briefly introduced to the character known as Roy, who immediately fires another character we're also just introduced to, named Professor Oblivion, over a crappy cup of coffee.
It's probably because it was Maxwell House. I love Maxwell House, so shit.
Professor Oblivion also happens to have the greatest English accent I've ever heard.
How dare Roy fire me? Me, Professor Oblivion.
Ooh, I remember this part.
Sorry we cannot take your call.
Audio quality!
Holy fuck! We would have answered the phone, but clearly we're not at home. And your call's an important one. We'll get back to you to make sure that we do. Leave a message so we know you called. Leave a message. Come on, leave a message. Start recording episode.
Mentos, the message taker.
I remember specifically watching this episode just to hear this song. It was hard to get music on demand in the early internet days. There was no YouTube, there was no streaming. You just had to pirate it with Napster or wait for it to come on the radio or something. So this was a quick way to get that song out of your head. There's a couple other Flash movies I remember doing this with too, because they just played the whole song. Another thing about this piece that I discovered is that it was written by Da Vinci's Notebook, who actually did a song for a Homestar Runner cartoon too.
Kirby wakes up the next day and is introduced to his new partner.
Neil? Yes? He's a penguin. Uh-huh. He's weird. I'll give you that. It's hard to understand him sometimes. But they say he's the best in his league. Well, get acquainted. Hello, Ian.
Suddenly, Roy bursts through the door to inform everyone that a monster is destroying the city. Kirby and Ian team up and defeat the monster, and afterwards, they throw a party. But this isn't any old party. It's full of weirdly traced video game girls.
Around the world, around the world.
Now, here's where the story gets complicated, so you better be paying attention, okay? It's on the test.
Neil finds out that someone hacked into the computers and researched the Hippin' Jippin' gene. Yes, that is what they called it.
Apparently someone was accessing DNA research info. A specific type of gene was researched for its molecular structure. The gene researched is the one known as the Hippin' Jippin' gene. The Hippo Skippo regime? What's that?
That person also stole $1.99's Double Cherry Kool-Aid, which apparently, when mixed with the Hippin' Jippin' gene, causes a gas to form. $1.99 tries to recreate the gas by extracting the gene from Neil. And then Kirby's all like,
Let's play some Super Smash Brothers, me!
No.
After recreating the gas and killing John, one of the creators of the show, they find out that Professor Oblivion is the one that hacked into the computers and stole the Kool-Aid and plans to use the gas for some nefarious purposes. He wasn't able to get the Hippin' Jippin' gene though, and only stole the Kool-Aid. And it turns out the only other person in the whole world with the gene besides Neil and Phil is President George W. Bush. So now, he wants to kidnap the president.
Our intelligence tells us that the president is at the Alaskan Air Base preparing for his foreign business visit.
Kirby and Ian break into another base with the help of Samus and find George W. Bush.
I can't believe I just said that whole sentence out loud.
But suddenly Roy busts in and explains that it was actually him who looked up the Hippin' Jippin' gene on the computer and plans on creating a new president in order to take over the world and finally get rid of Professor Oblivion's awful coffee-making skills.
That has got to be by far the stupidest season for world domination I have ever heard.
Then suddenly, Professor Oblivion himself bursts through and explains how he found out about Roy's plan already, and he's here to stop him.
I said this was gonna get complicated. I was not lying.
But neither of them knew about the gas that would form when the Hippin' Jippin' gene and Double Cherry Kool-Aid were combined. Professor Oblivion was indeed the one who stole the Kool-Aid, but only did so in order to create the Kool-Aid Man, because Roy hates cherry Kool-Aid. Remember when Kool-Aid Man was funny?
I used the double cherry to create Roy's ultimate fear.
Roy kills the Kool-Aid Man and runs to attack Kirby like this. Professor Oblivion and Roy have an epic fight, but eventually Oblivion is able to escape with Kirby, Ian, and President Bush. Why the f did I decide to make this video? Once everything is all settled, Kirby and the gang watch a Newgrounds movie, and we get this nightmare image of Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark holding Ian. And that's it. That's Perfect Kirby. What an odd way to end the series.
So apart from the obvious expose problem, why is it that Professor Oblivion is fighting Roy? This is Perfect Kirby. I want to see Kirby fight Roy. Well, I'm sure they were going to make more, but the ambition ran out eventually. I did see there were a few more shorts that came out, but they aren't connected to the main story, so this ending comes off as a bit anticlimactic and weird.
Overall, though, I think we both really enjoyed watching Perfect Kirby again after all these years. I honestly expected it to be more unfunny and campy, but it turns out that the show actually does hold up quite a bit. Not all of the jokes are funny, and the animation is, of course, quite dated compared to the internet animations we have today, but people have to start somewhere, you know? What did you think, Vinny?
So watching a Flash movie that you haven't seen for more than a decade is a really strange experience. It's like a combination of active memories, nostalgia, things I forgot, things I remembered, things I didn't expect. It was honestly pretty watchable. All that bro humor stuff that I remember wasn't really that bad or wasn't present at all. Maybe that's in the shorts, but at this point, I want to just keep myself ignorant. For now, I'll say the Perfect Kirby mainstream series, episodes 1, 2, and 3, are totally watchable. If you can stand the bad animation of the first one and the horrible audio quality throughout, you know, honestly, like, it was so bad, I just thought I was listening to static at some points. But listening to it on Newgrounds, the quality's the same, so I guess it's something that we just dealt with back in the day.
So that was Perfect Kirby. It was so much fun rewatching this like old Newgrounds series. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, of course, some Flash cartoon that some teenager made 20 years ago is never going to age perfectly, but I was surprised by like how little genuine offensive material there was. Like genuine offensive material, you know?
Yeah.
And it was fine. I kind of want to do a little excerpt on where are they now, because I'm pretty sure I think a couple of weird things happened with those creators, but if you want to see a video where I cover what happened to these Newgrounds animators, I was thinking about maybe doing a series like that. We've heard about the success of people like Zach Cadell, who was a Newgrounds animator, but now he makes Smiling Friends. Michael Cusack, too.
Yeah, we could just like Google their address.
If you want to see those other videos, you can let us know. And if you enjoyed this, you could subscribe because I want to make those videos anyway. I really kind of don't care.